In this universe.
In this galaxy. In this world. Beneath the influencer clouds.
Over the viral video fields.
Off the information superhighway.
There are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering
more opinions.
If you listen,
you will hear. Before we do anything at all.
Anything.
Yes, we are watching a video. Well, no, you got to breathe. Okay. Because this is what I was talking about last week that I could not find. And I don't have to watch the whole thing. But I get such a kick out of this. All right. Arnold Schwarzenegger sound effects for Excite Bike. God, that's great. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
So dumb.
No, it was so awesome. It's amazing.
There was another one or two you sent me, and that was just equally dumb. Hello, Ryan.
Oh, I like the one with the seal, the glon, or the walrus. You're just being a buzzkill.
Yes, that because I've experienced that so much in my life in the past 15 years. That specific kind of Arnold impression, it wore off on me.
Well, that's why I didn't play for very long. Well, it's still pretty funny.
Sure.
So, yeah, stuff. Okay, so we were talking last week. I had mentioned it, and I actually did a tiny bit of research. And we always pride ourselves on the show of not doing any research and just sending back and forth stupid memes and total bro science. Okay, so we were talking about money last week, and I did find a chart from propertymanagement.com. I'm going to share the screen at the moment. It's going to be it might be a little harder to read. So I was curious about how much rent was back in the year 2000. Great song again. And you can see right here. So in this little chart here, it's maybe hard to see, but this goes up to $602. That's what average rent was. Now, I don't know, again, America, Canada, it doesn't really matter because that's what average rent was. I remember in the blue house on Selwyn, that was a 5-bedroom house, not including where Ryan squatted. So it was only 3-bedroom, and then Ryan made his little makeshift shanty town.
Yeah.
So 3, and it was 2 bathrooms. Yeah, 2 bathrooms. And we paid $800. Yeah, I love that game. I love Excite Bike.
You know what, Jolene, if you don't know where to find that video, Nick will send it. No, he already did send it to me. So if you want it, I'll forward it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, it was a comfortable shanty. Nice to see you, Jolene. Yes, thank you for being here. But now back on this chart. Now, if you look, this goes to 2001. Rent is $1,200. We're just going to round it up to 12. Okay. So back in the year 2000, I was making 20. I think I started the sawmill. It was 99. So by 2000, I was probably making between $21 and $23 an hour. So back then, that was balling, right? That really was. Too bad we lived in a little shitty town where fucking gas was $300 a month, but it really, yeah, it was expensive as F. But flash forward 24 years now, and I'm doing pretty okay for myself, but rent has doubled. This is just rent, not gas, not anything else, just rent. And I don't know about you fine folks out there, but I, for one, my wage has not doubled. I won't say exactly what I'm making, but I'm not even making $10 more an hour. I think I could say that, and I'm not, but yeah, not even $10 an hour more than what I was making 24 years ago. So I think, and I don't know, I know Alex doesn't have a unionized job, but I think you're going to see a lot of places, especially unionized jobs, that are just going to be like, you know what, we're going on strike. I think you might start seeing more of that. Like Roger Sugar. I think Roger Sugar is still on strike in Vancouver. I'm not even sure. I'd have to ask my buddy. But yeah, they were planning, like, this is also New Year's, but they were planning like New Year's parties and everything, like strike parties, because they weren't going back to work.
And to give a personal example from my point of view, back in 2002, the cheapest place that I could find, and of course, because it was the cheapest I could find, I rented it. It was $575 a month. It was under 350 square feet. And now I'm in a place that's just under 500 square feet, and I'm paying 1.8 times that 575 per month amount. And I get rent increases every year. The place I lived in 2002, for 10 years, I got one rent increase.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that was in a house back then. This is in an apartment, so it's controlled by a company, a private company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just up. It's disgusting. Yeah.
And to give even more perspective on that, that little place that I was in back in 2002, once I moved out of there, I think I saw it online for rent a year or two later. It was being listed for 800, 850, something like that. I don't think anything in that place had changed. Looking at the photos. Yeah.
Well, so well, just how people like to jump prices. When Butt Blaster Brody and Joe sold their house, I remember seeing the price, and then like the guy that bought it like flipped it pretty fast. And I said to Brode, I'm like, dude, like, and it wasn't a huge, but it was, I think 20 to 30 more thousand they were asking for. And I'm like, dude, did they do anything different? He's like, no, I think they're using the same pictures that they had before. Yeah. Like he said, nothing had changed. You know? Oh, no. Okay. No, Rogers ended about a month ago.
Huh.
Maybe a month ago, but still, they were on strike for a long time. A long, long time.
And something's got to change, because as Nick was saying to me, and he's not the only one to have said it in the past 5 or even 10 years, prices have gone up, prices of everything. That's observable, but wages have not doubled or increased significantly to meet that change. So because of that, anyone who knows economics knows that people with less wage increases have less buying power, and that's going to affect the economy. The more people who cannot afford to buy stuff, luxury or otherwise, it will affect jobs and the economy overall at some point in time. And I don't know that that can be observed right now. Maybe statistical analysis, I'm talking deep statistical analysis, could probably show that. But where I live, there are still people, lots of people, driving around buying stuff, whether it be necessities or luxury, and there's not a whole lot of places to rent. So things are still happening, and I don't live in the cheapest part of the Vancouver Lower Mainland.
No, but and I understand, and you have a great point, and I totally understand this. The point you made before we came on air was, if you put wages up too much, like it's going to affect the cost of, again, food and services and whatnot, which I completely agree with. But this, and has, after you said that, I thought about this was, I get that these people companies need to make their money. I fully understand that, and I'm fully aware of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and I know it's easy to say, but like maybe the companies make a little less so that people can actually make their ends meet. That video, did you share that video with me, or I can't remember who sent me the video of like saying what the middle class is now, like a middle class in America, apparently, by this video. Again, believe what you will, but it's like it's 120,000 now with the cost of everything. That's your middle class.
I showed you that on this show last week.
Okay, I watch a lot of videos. I really do.
Okay.
So to be fair, like I'm not trying to be ignorant. I watch so many videos, I forget where I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not even middle class.
Me
And
neither.
I'm in a unionized job. My wife runs a hotel. Like we're not. Hola, amigo. Cinco, cinco, cinco.
Hola, amigo.
Yeah. Bonos hechos and stuff. I don't know any other Mexican stuff.
Did you say bolo seches?
Yes.
Wrong.
There, Bolo. We'll get that out of the way for you, buddy, because I know you work really early in the morning. So
I looked up what the Spanish translation would be for wrong, and it's either incorrecto or mal. So I don't know which one to do. I want to do a drop for Bolo, but I'm not sure which one he would prefer.
what about a French one? L incorrect.
The incorrect, the wrong.
Yeah, that's French for wrong.
I should do that.
El incorrecto. All right. How about some stories? If you have anything.
Oh, I had this sitting around for a while. I'll bring it up just for a quick laugh. I think this was last month this was released. So remember Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to pay $5 million to a man who won his Prove Mike Wrong challenge.
I heard about this.
Oh.
Now, what was the challenge again? I had heard about it. I don't.
It's to do with the election, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Challenging experts to prove that data he had in his possession, that Mike had in his own possession, was not from the 2020 election. And I did hear about this. I think it was on the Drunken Peasants a good month or month and a half ago, that the information that Mike had that proved Mike's point was wholly or at least partially incorrect. And
Yep.
Mike had made a bet with a guy, or he had challenged people. Someone proved him wrong, and now he's got to pay it, but Mike can't pay it because I think he's going bankrupt. Yeah.
Wow.
So, as a hot chick once told me in the gym, fuck around and find out. And Mike's definitely finding out.
Most definitely. He is.
Yes,
finding.
Alma. There it is. Yeah, I think I'll go with mal.
El incorrecto. El incorrecto.
El incorrecto.
El correcto. That's what I think.
Hello, Van.
Hello, Van. Hello, Tex. I hope you're feeling better. I wasn't around for much of the show last week, but I saw you would even put your face up. So I'm guessing that your back is pretty gnarly still, but hopefully you're feeling better.
I think he didn't put himself on camera because he didn't want his detractors to see him in pain, but he still wanted to show that he was part of the show and still able to do it. So he juggling both sides. Good for you, Tex.
Yeah. Way to man up. Way to nut up and be a man.
Be a man. Do the right thing.
Yeah. What was the right thing? Just show up and bullshit about a movie. Cool.
Yeah. And it was a good review too. And if I remember correctly, in that review, which was The Boondock Saints, good movie from 1999, Tex had been talking something about just because you see it in a movie doesn't mean that they had knowledge of it beforehand. rewind to Tex during the 28 days later review where he says, "Oh, virus and it shut down the world, and where have we heard that before? Her. I'm messing with you, Tex, and I can do that because I'm thousands of miles away. Never showing it. Attaboy.
So, okay, cool. Van's here. Van's a movie guy. Well, I think everyone here is movie people.
Somewhat.
Yeah, movie-ish people. But so, what are your feelings on the new Crow being remade? So I'm just reading here. This is on Screen Geek. This was released an hour ago. I'm probably going to say this name wrong, but please correct me, Alex, when I say it wrong. So Alex Proyas?
Alex Proyas, yeah, he's the director of the original Crow.
Yeah, condemns the remake, saying it should remain Brandon Lee's legacy. He made it clear that he doesn't get joy from seeing the negativity when it comes to a fellow filmmakers, but he understands the cast and crew have good intentions before saying, "I think the fans' response speaks volumes. The Crow is not just a movie. Brandon Lee died making it, and it was finished as a testament to his lost brilliance and tragic loss. It is his legacy, and that's how it should remain." It was such to me an iconic movie and character, and they captured everything perfect. The cinematography, the music, everything about that movie was excellent.
The atmosphere, the tone.
Yes, everything about it.
Hello,
so
Ted.
I'm going to find it very hard to go into this movie because I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to go in with a very hard trying to enjoy it because it's like they just should have left it. Yeah. And I actually mine and Alma's friend man said that they're also redoing American Psycho.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like Christian Bale was excellent in that movie. Like that movie was excellent. Like what? Stop with the remakes. This is the problem. There's just so many. Stop.
Yeah.
Didn't we learn from Psycho? Like, some movies just don't need to be redone.
And Gus Van Sant's a good director.
Yeah, and that's the first movie when I think of a remake. This was just the drizzling shit.
Yeah.
Like, what an awful, awful movie.
Yeah, and this should be a call to everyone who loves movies that you should be exploring other avenues, namely the indie scene, which has been strong since, and I think Frank said this on the Boondock Saints review, harsh truth, in the description below, which they did last week. The indie scene has been going strong since at least the mid-90s, and there are a lot of good indie movies out there. You got to find them, you got to look, but you will find them. The Internet Movie Database can be a great resource.
But see, you say they're running out of ideas, but I think it's just people not being that creative anymore. Look at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love that movie. Now, I don't think that was ripped off of anything. I quite enjoyed that movie.
Hello, Jason.
You know,
I'm trying to. Yeah, I saw the Point Break remake. It is different from the original, as it should be, because they're two different worlds. But I didn't really see the point in having it exist.
Okay. I don't get who was clamoring. Here's my big question before we go to that, because thanks, Tex. That's a great thing to talk about. Who's clamoring for a remake of The Crow? Who is saying, "Oh my God," like I think I've seen pictures or things on Facebook and Instagram and stuff where there was so many, instead of redoing great movies, redo movies that maybe could be done better now with the CGI and stuff that fell apart, like this, a good story, but it sucked. Yeah. Right? You know? Yeah, I don't, okay, Point Break. Who was clamoring for a remake of Point Break? Who was like, yeah, bro, let's do like any like again. It would, and like, it's not an Oscar movie, right?
And it doesn't need to be.
No, I'm saying Point Break, but for what it was, it's like Roadhouse. It's a guilty pleasure. Like, why did they do redoing Roadhouse?
Yeah.
It's one of them cult classic movies everybody loves. It's ridiculous, but we all, like most dudes, love it.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't assuming, yeah, exactly. And that is the impetus behind redoing something is, oh, we can make a bunch of money off the original name and the original IP. Well, yes and no, but as was said by Van Edwards a little bit earlier, Dredd, the remake of Judge Dredd, I did like the remake of Judge Dredd. The RoboCop remake, it was okay, but because of the just over the top entertainment campiness of the original, I enjoy the original better. I'm not sure there was really much else and or new that could be said about the RoboCop remake that wasn't already covered in the original.
And really, did they, like, that's again, who was clamoring for a RoboCop remake?
Yeah.
Is there like let's see, anyone right now? Yeah, Roadhouse. Is there honestly a movie that you could sit here and be like, yeah, I would like, maybe they could redo it. Maybe like it would be cool now. I've seen people and everyone shit on this because I was in a Jaws page for a little while on Facebook because that's my favorite movie. And someone said, well, a remake of Jaws. Like, absolutely not. Like, absolute no. We've seen Meg, we've seen Deep Blue Sea. Okay, they can't get the shark right. Everybody appreciates what they did with Bruce and how it looks. Leave it. Again, it wasn't even just Bruce. It was the whole story. It was the characters. Leave it. Fucking leave it.
Yeah, the point of Spielberg showing as little as possible was partly to cover up the fact that Bruce wasn't
Wasn't
that
working.
believable.
Yeah.
If you were to hold the shot on him for a good 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more fear that can be generated in the minds of the audience just by having the idea that Bruce is out there and you see the fin every once in a while. Nice.
See, no, Brody would have to be Quinn. No, I can get behind a remake of The Last Starfighter. I could get behind that one. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I haven't seen it in a long time, so maybe someone. How about a remake? Because I remember seeing pictures and videos from it, like last year, Flight of the Navigator.
Ooh.
With the better CGI and whatnot. You know, I would have to go back and watch it to be like, okay, it definitely needs a remake. But, that's interesting.
The set design of the interior of the ship on Flight of the Navigator, that was great for its time.
For its time was excellent, yep.
But the story, what could you say in today's context that would be different and more relevant than that particular time, which I think Flight of the Navigator was 85.
Yeah, so I guess no, because then it's also when the story is set, right? Like, would it hold up now? Like, that's it's kind of like you couldn't do a Home Alone anymore because everyone has cell phones, right? It would be as simple as texting, right? Like, hey, you forgot me. Oh crap, we'll be right there,
And I left Chad's comment up because Enemy Mine, you do that in this day and age, and it's going to be one of those two different cultures learning to survive alongside each other kind of story. It's because stories are mostly set in what's happening in the political climate today, and Enemy Mine would be thrown into that grave, let's say.
So you think about what's been popular here in the last few years. Think about shows like Ozark and Walking Dead and Orange is the New Black. Like shows like that. So these are movies or TV shows that have been done for years, decades and years. Zombies, jails, and drug dealing, right? It shows that you can still talk, like have movies about the same things. Okay. but you need to have good story writing. You need to have good writing and the right atmosphere, and that's what you need for it, right?
But Tex, if you're going to be Spalding, ooh, you've got some big shoes to fill. And
Yeah.
I know your feet are big, but there's in order to do a decent, serviceable job in that performance, you have to not play it evil, and you have to not play it so tongue in cheek that it's just going to take the audience out. You have
Mm-hmm.
to find another approach to it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you almost need like it sounds so corny to say this, but the building of Spalding. Like you need that evolution of Spalding. Like well, the whole family really.
That's not a bad idea. The creation of Spalding. Yeah, yeah. Rob
Like
Zombie can cast Tex in that.
well, just like like I always love if they can't say always love. I wish they would have more like how the person became what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of got into it in the new Nightmare on Elm Street, but I want to see like yeah, I want to see like the developing of the character, like I'd love to see a Texas Chainsaw movie done right, where like it shows the Junior become. Well, I guess they did do that, and that was actually pretty good. Now I'm thinking about that. Yeah, okay, so which one was that when Junior when he got all scarred faced, and which Texas Chainsaw was that? Because I actually enjoyed that. It wasn't the kid I thought it was. At the end, you're like, holy crap! I thought it was the fat kid. Help me out,
Ask
Tex. I can't
Tex.
remember. Yeah,
Okay.
that's I can't remember.
Van, you mean Fern Gully, the last rainforest. And that's not an original
Leatherface.
take
Thanks,
by him.
Tex. I really enjoyed Leatherface. I quite enjoyed that actually.
It's part 3 from 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Hold
no.
on. You'll
What?
try. But you know what? Leave sleeping dogs lie, as the
Yeah.
old saying goes.
Okay,
I
what
didn't
were you?
say that right.
Leatherface from 2000. What?
What?
You said I said Leatherface. Yeah, I really enjoyed Leatherface.
Yeah. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 from 1990.
That's not the one I'm thinking. That's not the
Oh.
one. No, it's a newer one. No, I know which Leatherface you're talking about because that has the picture of Junior on the front with the saw that says "Saw his family." Yeah, the one I'm thinking about was it was only a few years ago.
Oh, so maybe that's the one with all the like Tex likes to describe it. All the Democrats on that bus, and they got
No,
what they
I
deserve.
didn't. I didn't watch that because my sister's like, it's not. She's like, the bus scene doesn't even save it. 2017.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, like Sarah, because I hadn't watched it. Sarah, and I said to Sarah, I'm like, how is it? Do I need to watch it? Sarah's like, do not even waste your time. She even said, I said, well, what about the bus scene? She's like, it doesn't even redeem it. Don't even watch it. So I
You're gonna
never
be
watched it.
canceled, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. Yeah, because I remember at the end when I figured out which one was young Leatherface. I'm like, holy shit, that wasn't even the guy I thought it was. So I enjoyed Leatherface. I really did.
Yeah, Van, with what's out there nowadays or what has been made since 1974, it would be tough to make a Texas Chainsaw movie eerie and shocking and atmospheric like the 74 version.
Yeah.
You could try and go out of your way, but fans of the horror genre will say, oh, they're trying to copy this or redo that, or they're borrowing from this.
And I wonder how how you hit those movies to love, you know, I just popped up The Strangers. What a great idea for a movie. What a great creepy movie that I love.
And
Right?
very loosely based on something that actually happened.
I think we've discussed this before. I think you've mentioned that to me once before. If that is indeed the case, that is creepy as F.
Uh-oh. Well, here is one for Van. Coos.
So, Texas Chainsaw Legacy.
Mm.
I'm just popping this up because I had not heard that yet. I gotta do my best to the legacy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, double down on it, Van.
Yeah.
Triple down on it if you want another one.
Cabin 29 killings, eh? I've never heard of that. So the Keedy murders. Yes, I have. The Keedy murders. I have heard about the Keedy. Yes, I've heard that. And they never caught them, I believe.
I think you're right.
I believe that they never caught. Yes, Keedy murders. Yep. No charges were filed. Wow.
Earlier, Bolo had talked about what about the Last of the Mohicans? When Tex makes a movie, it will be the remake of the Last of the Mohicans, and he will cast you, Bolo. So you better bone up on your Native Americanness.
Ridiculous.
Are we making coups a thing now?
Wait, what's coups mean?
I don't know. Is coups you should look it up. Is coups going to be some secret sauce for the sandwich?
Is like coups like
wouldn't mind. I know where you're going with that.
Oh yes, Kate. Yep, there it is. All right. I'm quite a fan of coups, actually. No, it's actually in the Wiktionary. Coups is slang for a woman's.
Really?
Yep.
I thought that was COOS. Is it with
COZE?
COZE. Well, that's not what Van was going on about.
Oh,
he was going on about.
I took it to a better place.
You did. You say
I did. So, yes. All right. Okay. More videos, more pics. What do we got?
Yeah, more pics, because today and yesterday here in the Lower Mainland were particularly beautiful days. So I would like to impart unto the audience the importance of being safe on the road, particularly when it comes to motorcycles. Motorcycles are going to be coming back out for the summer, so please pay attention while driving. Hashtag look twice, save a life. This is extremely important information, but as well, it's on motorcycle drivers as well to not hog lanes and to follow the rules of the road just like the rest of us should be.
That was my next thing. And then my next where's English?
Hashtag stroke.
Yes. Hashtag look twice. Hashtag stop driving like fucking assholes and posting your videos online.
Yeah.
And seeing that you guys are assholes. Thanks, man. We love that you're here and enjoying the show. Because how many of these videos do we see where they're cutting lanes or they're, doing 180 down Highway 1? Like, it's like, guys, come on.
Wow. That's crazy, Van. So now you're confined to an immobile space, and you're like, oh no, I can only watch Alex and the Garbage Man. Kill me now. I grew up on Robbie Knievel. The TV done it. Where were the parents?
Yeah, where were the parents? This was the worst babysitter ever. Wow. Any more pictures? Keep pumping them out, because I usually take over the show. So sure, we got lots to bang out here. Giggity.
I know this was a thing back in the day, but I can't exactly remember when. So someone please refresh my memory as to when the little girl with a slice of ham on her face receives over 1 million prayers on Facebook.
That is what I still have that picture on my phone. That is, oh God, I love it. Whatever parent did that is amazing. Whoever did that, bravo. It does look like a little Leatherface too. Like, bravo.
It does. Yeah, Junior.
Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. That is good shit right there. Oh,
I got it. Look who's here. It is
thoughts and hams. I love that a parent actually thought to do that. That is some great shit. Thoughts and hams.
Good to see you, Frank. And for those of you who don't know, the Harsh Truth will be reviewing the Boondock Saints 2 tomorrow. And good movie, and I love Julie Benz, but good Lord, her accent was above and beyond ridiculous. I love her. She's hot. She's great. But the director should have said, okay, tone it down with that accent, please.
Bring it back a little bit.
You in the face.
Yeah, bring it back a little bit.
My mom. No, you said my woman, but I thought my mop man was an actual thing. Well, that's how we're going to refer to your wife now, is the mop man.
So, yo, this is my mop man. She's the cleaner. That just works out. Thanks, Frankie. Actually, you know what, Frankie? My wife won't let me get a motorcycle either. I already got one metal leg, so apparently, she won't let me get a bike. I want a bike. I even set up one of those stupid spider trikes, but is it out? Oh, shut your whore mouth, Frankie.
No.
What's your website?
Yep, pimp that shit.
Yeah, put it up. We'll get it up there.
How can you do that though, Frank? Is it someone else's likeness? I swear there are lawsuits about this in the past, in years past, where, well, if you can do it, good on you, but
shout out to and it's metal in the leg. I will say yes. I don't have a fake leg. I have metal all within my leg. So yeah, before you start thinking, oh my god, Nick's got a peg leg. No, I do not.
And I don't know if he's going to show up, but in his absentia, and just so we all know who we're talking about.
Have you seen my wiener?
There is. I had it around here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I have it. So last week, we showed a Karen video from the UK, and this person was apparently being a good citizen by insinuating in a very subtle way that a grown man who bought a Happy Meal was a groomer or a potential child kidnapper or a PDF file. We're not sure. But we made mention of Casey, and I learned in the past week that Casey immediately fell in love with this woman, traveled to the UK, found her, and now they are husband and wife. So I would like to say congratulations to Casey and Karen, and in their honor, I would like to share this video.
Here comes the bride, all dressed in white, slipped on a banana peel, went for a ride. Congratulations to the happy couple. I'm sure you're going to make hideous looking, ugly babies.
And don't take them to McDonald's.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Did I send you that video? The kid in the McDonald's?
So. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. I think you did.
Okay, if I did, I want to bring that up because I want everyone to see that. Because, wow. That's one of those things, again, like, where's the parents? There it is.
And we become Fox News. Where were the parents?
Well, no, I'm sorry, everyone's going to agree on this one. Because this is, so I'm guessing you start reading the comments, people like, oh, that man and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, this kid got lucky. So I'm going to go full this because I can't get my Instagram to go full. But watch this kid. So there we go.
Whoa. Yeah, mute, please. Do it now. Mute that shit. Thank you.
Watch the kid. Watch this. Look at this. Like he's on the, watch this guy. Get out of here. Like throws him on the ground. Like, can you imagine? Like, that is unbelievable.
Dumb. Just dumb.
Yeah.
Casey has standards. They are like below quality control baseline standards that you would find in a third world country. Standards nonetheless, though.
Okay, so what did Tucker get looped on now? I'm kind of interested. I'm gonna go look that up. Any other videos you want to do right now?
Videos do I have for the segments? Yes, in general.
Okay.
Oh yes, there was one that you shared with me from a one Katie Hopkins, who destroys the left with facts.
Yeah, I thought Tex would get a kick out of this.
She destroyed the left. They are all destroyed now.
And on fire. Yeah.
They're gone. So here is Katie Hopkins on the show.
I love how brutally honest Katie Hopkins is and how her honesty can easily trigger the left.
Can I ask you, is there any part of you as a mother of two daughters that this is the...
I almost hesitate to wonder why he had to mention that she is the mother of two daughters. I think that figures into his question, though. But that's kind of deceptive. That should not have anything to do with her daughters.
Okay, so that would be like, I have a son, and that would be like saying, if you were going to talk like, well, no, you have a son. Okay, play the video. Play first before I... Sorry.
Man who talked about grabbing women by the pussy. Is there any part of you that feels, this is not my guy? I don't want this guy to be talking like this.
And I'm going to pause it because I learned from last time, when we play a video like this that's got this
little bit
background
of
music.
Yep.
You got to pause it every 5 seconds or so. So Trump, when he made those comments, that was 2006,
8 years before he ran.
Yeah, so 2008, I'm going to say 7 or 8 with Billy Bush. He was not running then.
About any woman.
Sweetie, I would rather be grabbed by the pussy than have a pussy for president.
Continue.
Okay. Van, we're going by what she's saying, not what we see here.
Yes.
You don't criticize someone's argument by including their looks. And of course,
told you,
I don't think she's single, Tex.
Anyways, continue.
And you're happy with that language?
I'm very happy with that language. Look, none of us
Go ahead.
Very happy with that. None of us
are that polite behind closed doors. My girlfriends have ruder language. Real men have ruder language.
You know, on that note of women have ruder language, back in high school, the amount of trash that women talked about other women, not only that, though, but just how graphic some women got when describing their sex lives, for example. And I'm talking about back in high school, when I was in high school, when they were in high school. It was on par with some of the dirtier comedy that I have heard in this day and age. So sure, you can speak one way behind closed doors, but if you're the president of a country, there is a certain decorum, a certain standard you should rise to the level of, I think.
Now it's my turn.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Because I'm going to say this because I know Tex wants to say it. It was 8 years before he even was considered running for president in a private conversation. That is the difference. Okay? This isn't like he just said it. He was a conversation that should have never been released. Ever. And you could bet your ass if he was running as a Democrat, not a Republican, that video would have never seen the light of day. Would have never. And yeah, trust me, my wife cusses just as much as I do. My one of my best friend's wives curses, says the C word just as much as I say fuck. So it's like, don't sit there and think, like, I realize this is an old issue, but again, it's not because he's gonna win the presidency. Like, don't get that twisted. He's winning. And again, I don't have a dog in the fight, but you guys, like, when I say you guys, the collective United States made him a martyr. That's what happened. And that's my opinion. And yeah, this is the way normal people talk. Go ahead.
Easter special. When is Easter again? Well, Good Friday is the 29th.
Yeah. Easter Monday. On the
Yep.
first, second?
Monday, April 1st, 2024. That'll be a very special episode of Alex and the Garbage Man. Not just because it's Easter.
Oh, yeah.
But because it's April Fool's Day and because it will be the 3-year anniversary of this show.
3 years. Wow.
3 years.
We have talked about a lot of stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry. No, go.
Van, it said, or text, it said, soft language breeds a soft society, toughen up. A person can use both soft language and, let's say, regular behind closed doors language. It's how you use it when you choose to use it. I think that the smarter person has both sets of languages in their mind and they choose the appropriate time. And there is such a time and place for it. Now, being a Southern gentleman, Tex, you know that you don't use that kind of rough language in front of children. So we're going to split hairs, right?
Anyway. Well, and the thing is I lost what I was saying. Yes. Yeah, you can use like language. Like for years, I don't swear in front of my grandparents. I try not to swear out in public because, I just try not to. Sometimes it slips out, but yeah, this again, like I said, this was a private conversation that he was having 8 years before he was even running for president. So stop. Continue.
Okay.
The gentleman clapping is a real man, obviously. That was a private conversation 8 years ago before he was running. Monica Lewinsky.
I like this one.
Yes. And she's bringing up, she's pushing back on his, well, Donald Trump said this before running for president. And she brings up, well, if you're going that way, how about the left when Bill Clinton was the president at the time that he was in office?
Lewinsky was on her knees with Hillary stood right by.
Whoa.
Okay, Hillary did not stand right by.
That's a claim I got to see evidence for.
Yeah, me too. Yep. Go ahead.
Her, so I don't know if you're going to say that's any better, sweetie, because I don't think it is.
She's not president. I'm talking.
She's not president.
Neither was Donald Trump when he said what he said.
Talking about the current president election.
Yes, but when Bill Clinton was president.
I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the future.
Stop.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
8 years ago. 8 years ago. 8 years ago.
And this guy, the host, I don't know who he is, but that's, to me, an example of moving the goalposts. He never said from the outset of his question that the past was off limits.
Mm-hmm.
And if the past was off limits, then he would not be able to bring up Donald Trump because Donald Trump made the grabbing comments 8 years prior to him running. And for about now, yes, and Jason, I'm going to parlay into that.
Me too.
When Trump made that comment, that was in a very specific context of fame. Trump was not, I'm going to repeat that, Trump was not saying that he goes around and he grabs women by the pussy. That's not what he was saying. He was making an exaggerated point about being a famous person and being able to do whatever you want. He made another claim, an exaggerated claim about being able to walk out onto, was it Madison Avenue or Fifth Avenue, and shoot someone and get away with it. He never said that he had done that, just like he was not saying that he grabbed women by the pussy. He was talking in the context of fame, and he was exaggerating what you can do when you are a famous person. I don't understand why people on the left say, well, Trump grabs women by the pussy and he admitted it. No, he didn't. You're taking it out of context again.
See? And that's the problem with what Jay just said. It wasn't about the language. It's about him claiming because he was famous, which but he can grab the genitals of any woman. The problem is, just like everything seems to get twisted out in both left and right, it becomes about the language. It's not like Alex just explained it. He just explained it. Because for the longest time, especially 8 years ago, when he become president? 2016?
January of 2017.
17. So 8 years before that was 2009. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem that long ago, but things have really changed. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it is. Okay?
Biden's racial jungle.
Yeah,
Wow.
But this is also the problem we have. Texas everybody was carrying on about being racist, and he's a racist. But meanwhile, you go back and look at the comments that Reverend Jesse Jackson made about the Jewish people. This is ridiculous. This is just like the whole thing where, like, Jay, so what we're saying is he's focused on the grab them by pussies. That's what he said. He's not saying everything that you just, because even if he had said what you had said, Jason, at least he's making a conscious effort to say something that was said. Right? Okay? Now, if you go back to what he's saying here, he's focusing on grab him by the pussy. Okay? That's the same problem. The argument he's having here is just proving the argument that seems to happen, like when you get someone from the left trying to have an argument and they say, well, Trump's a racist. How is he a racist? Yeah, he said Heine Town. He said about Jewish people. They need to be put into a Heine Town. Like just a place. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, it came out of his mouth. I'm probably going to get doxxed now for saying it, but that's what he said. But yeah, I didn't know that.
Biden also used the N-word on the.
I would have to see that.
Yeah, on the Senate floor.
So that's what he's doing right now. Is he's taking a. Alex has probably better not a hot topic, but he's taking a clickbait, almost like a clickbait thing, right? And saying that just to get the looks, likes, and views. It's the same stuff as when they say Trump's a racist. And then they get, how's he a racist? Well, he's just a racist. You're claiming something here. How is he a racist? Saying that is a racist is like, no, like, good Lord.
And I think most people who say, well, Trump's a racist, and you ask, let's have an example, they will bring up the comment Trump made about Mexicans coming over the border and they're not sending their best. Most are rapists. I don't remember his quote exactly, but again, there's a bigger context to that. But what do we get? The 5-second version.
Yeah. And I will. Go ahead. You finish it.
Years ago, before Donald Trump even ran, he used the word pussy. I'm not offended. You are. You deal with your issues.
Yeah. So
I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. He does say that, but again, it's in the wider context of being famous and being able to do anything you want when you're famous.
Yes. And things have changed. You tell me, like, even when we were younger, you didn't grab a chick and just kiss her? Like, you know.
I didn't. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying like you're going like tonguing their face or anything, but you give them a kiss. Yeah, you give them a kiss or something, and put your arm around them, give them on the cheek, or like a friendly thing. You're not like molesting a woman, you know. But but the society has changed. Okay, like that's the thing, and it's changed for some things in the better. Women, you know, you shouldn't be forcing yourself on women, you know. But it's just.
I kept Alma's comment up because, Alma, tell us more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, talk dirty to it. No, I'm kidding. Ben hombre.
Hmm. I'll say I've always had mojo. I always had mojo. I have mojo. But yeah, and again, you think any, like, you know, like, again, you tell me, like, how many women accused Bill Clinton of doing shit? You know, it wasn't just one. You know.
Thank you, Beverly, for liking us on Facebook.
All right, I'm gonna go look. Biden used N-word. All right. Did Biden?
I like the coos.
Okay, so so now here's okay.
Yeah, it's part of the lexicon
So
now.
there's a full clip in the 1986 hearing video with Joe Biden saying the N-word. Now, I'm not gonna click it because it's 21 minutes. But was he talking? Okay, I'm not saying about a person. Was it brought up in the context of something that he said? Right? You know, and then it says apparently Hunter Biden called his white lawyer the N-word. Is that racist if you call your white lawyer the N-word? Interesting.
Well, he did use that word, like flat out, he used that word, and that is a racially triggering word. So, yes, but he used it against a white person. So, I don't know.
Okay. In late February 2021, several social media users said he used the N-word. It was on camera for 20 minutes on February 19th. Yeah, I don't know. Now it's a big ad. Wow. Well, I wonder if this will work. No, it's just a picture. Anyways, all right. Koosh for president. What about Push Van Poof's Koosh?
That's right. The origins of the word came from prejudice and hate and putting down another race. So at this point in time, we should not use it.
Shouldn't use it at all.
Exactly.
Like it's a disgusting word.
Why? Yes.
Yeah.
Right in Dan Quayle. And of course, somebody's going to mention tomato.
Right. Tomato.
I would like to refer you, Tex, with your second sentence, why Brody is not on the internet as often as he used to be. Similar context, not exactly the same, but very similar.
Yeah. It's very, very true. So,
did they? This is news to me.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, that's an interest. So there, like, why koozie? That's such an like a beer, you know, a beer. Like, even if you would call it like a beer sleeve, like, why a koozie? Like, why like koozie? That's
Can you do a little bit further research into that particular word, just in case we're getting trolled into saying it and it's somehow
no
dog
koozie. Okay, no, the other koozie that I looked up was vagina. Koozie is apparently the best painting estimate software. All right, it's a painting software. Now, Urban Dictionary, it is for the female gender. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Okay, so apparently we are being doxxed here. Ed or Van. Coos, noun. This is from the Urban Dictionary. Of the female gender, the ultimate insult to that sex, to be used in rare occasions when even the word "see you next Tuesday," bitch, and whore cannot describe the woman you're talking about. I'm totally going to start using that in regular day now.
You're going to normalize coos?
Why not?
And koozie?
Good job, though, Van. Okay. Why are beer koozies called koozies?
Why are koozies? Enter.
Okay, so the term koozie is thought to have originated from the Australian Pidgin language. In some parts of Australia, the term is used to describe a small insulated fabric sleeve used to keep drinks cool. Koozie is an Australian word, apparently, which derived from the similar sounding Aboriginal tribal word goozy, which loosely translate to hug.
Oh, well,
Yes.
I'm on board with that
Yes.
particular translation.
So
and
your
use of the
beer
word.
needs a hug. She was a total piece of koozie. No, she was a total koozie. She was a total coos. Man, she's such a coos. I like it.
See, this is the problem when new words spread and the meaning of the word changes and it's used in a different context. Then when you go to a different country and you use the word, people are going to look at you funny. You go to another country and you get killed for it. Like, why can't we have words that mean just one thing?
Right?
Come on, man.
You wonder why people think that English is so hard to frickin', figure out.
Yeah.
Right?
And Tex mentioned that on, I think, the Boondock Saints review, where he has to censor himself. And speaking about the persecution of the white male.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got something for you. Now, I hope to share audio, share a tab. I wonder.
Who wrote the book of love?
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do it this way. Where it's saying if you want to share the audio, share a tab or screen instead. So I will share this video as a tab rather than its own window. Maybe we'll get the audio out of there. But before I do, peeler. Maybe.
That I don't know at all.
I've heard the word peeler before. Like peeler bar, I think that's a term.
Yeah, stripper bar, peeler bar, yeah.
No.
He's like, I'm trying to earn a graphic.
A graphic. Did he? Is Jason introducing a new word, or did he hit his head on the keyboard? I'm not sure.
Stroke, Lily.
Stroke. Yep. All right. There it is. Okay. Also share tab audio. Okay. Let's see what happens. Aaron McGurd, I can't share it. Well, that's dumb. This is dumb. Okay, I'll try it a different way. New window.
While he's doing that, here, I'll share this one. I was trying to figure that out.
No.
On the swing from the chandelier. From the chandelier.
I love the internet.
Absolutely, Van. We've had Tex on here. We allowed Ryan on here. We had Casey on. Yeah.
Yep. We have.
Hit enter
too soon.
I figured as much. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. And if it doesn't do it, I'll have to download the video.
Do it.
No, it won't allow, so I'm going to have to download the video. This is dumb.
I don't even know when I sent that to you.
I think that was within the last week.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. I found it.
Now I'm going from the Turning Point USA video rather than the clip that you sent,
Okay,
because
well,
I
you
want
want me to play. Okay, you want to play that first, then? Okay.
Yeah, I want to show it in that particular clip in its full context from Turning Point USA.
Okay. All right. So we will wait. Damn. Why'd you think it'd be so soon?
Yes. Yep. Tex.
Yes.
Because he's a lover of horror. Every October, he can be on here as many times as he wants. Yes.
Yeah. But we don't want to. We don't want to.
No, keep going.
We don't want to
wanna...
steal Frank's gimmick for the Halloween stuff, right? So maybe once a year, like we'll pick up one to talk about. Like we did Tex. What did we do last time?
Stuff.
What movie did we talk about with Tex? Was it 6 or Texas? What did we talk? We had Tex on. What the fuck did we talk about?
It was all horror movies.
Oh, just in general. Okay, I wasn't sure if we like focused just on like one movie or not. So,
and Tex, we're not going to restrict him to once a year. If he wants to be on at any point in time, he's more than welcome to.
Yeah, most
Same
definitely.
with Frank and Jason and Van and Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, if you really want to have a debate or you just want to bullshit, yeah, anytime. Yeah.
It's going to take less than 20 seconds. Excellent.
Excellent. Oh, itch back. Yeah, we'll do a seasonal Halloween episode.
I think from the shows that I watched, Derailed, and even though Casey was on, sorry, I should have had that queued up, but I'll do it now. Even though Casey was on, you still, I think, have to be on your game and ready to go at any moment. You can't just be, and I'm not saying Casey was. I'm just saying. Yes, that's great. Excellent. Special occasion. Like when a Texas Chainsaw movie is released and it's not being discussed on The Harsh Truth, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. I think I've got it now, so I will share this video. And again, this is from Turning Point USA, and I think the title of it went something along the lines of, oh, it's gone now. So when you go to the YouTube Turning Point USA page, you look for, do college students think that, quote, white privilege, end quote, exists, ? And that was posted November 18th, 2022. Again, Turning Point USA's YouTube channel. And Turning Point USA is right wing. That should not be of any consequence whatsoever, but I am mentioning that just because we are not strictly lefties.
Mm-hmm.
For college in Penn.
Now, this was shot at the University of Texas in Austin, and I found that the particular part of the clip we're going to watch, it happened at the northeast corner of West 24th Street and Guadalupe Street in Austin, Texas, near the University of Texas at Austin. So, citing sources left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to
that one.
Something. Yep, that's the one. So we'll let him finish up. At least, I used to think I was always on my game too. And then I watched back some of these episodes and I realized, no,
I'm not. Holy shit, I sure wasn't.
Ooh, nice. I will watch that. Then again, Van, if you have not watched the Night Watch Zone, you should. They're linked in the description below. Tex knows what I'm talking about. And here we go.
That cis white men reap in our American society.
Saying like we're tired of straight white men in society is really as like explicit as it sounds. I think it's just contributing to a general idea that like we're tired of straight white men having the power and everything, Now,
I'm pausing it there for a reason. Having the power and everything. The power and everything. The power is one thing, everything is something else. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm splitting hairs, of course.
I know, but you need to.
It's like we as women of color, as like students at this university, like we're very much capable of certain things, and we don't have the same privileges that are offered to straight white men.
We don't have the same privileges that are offered to straight white men, and we're going to find out a little bit more about that momentarily.
And I've been hearing that from a lot of the ladies that I've been talking to today. Talk to me about what some of those privileges are that, straight white men have that you don't have. Talk to me about that.
Now, before I let her answer, from my point of view, I'm hoping this is not a slam dunk. Then again, this is from Turning Point USA. But I think that question is being asked in that way rather than a genuine curiosity about what she has to say. I do think it is I don't think you have anything to say, and therefore I'm going to ask you this question. I would hope that's not the case, though, because I am interested in her answer.
I think I don't really know. Have you ever experienced like a specific instance?
I don't know, but I also need to go.
I know, I do need to go. I'm sorry.
You saw there were 2 cuts there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's still freaking cringe.
It is, because she couldn't cite anything. And I'm not saying that because she has that belief that straight white men have all the powers, she must be thinking about this every day. If that's the case, if she's thinking about it at least a few times a day, then she's got to have at least 2 examples off the top of her head, but she couldn't cite anything. And then again, there were 2 cuts. So who knows?
Yep.
What are your feelings on that?
It's the world we live in. It is again, saying it as a white male, apparently with all my privilege and I'm in control of everything. We talk on this show a lot, and actually we've cooled it on for a while because I think we were really beating it. But the transgender children, if it was happening, like we don't like, we don't agree with that. But we had our reasons why. This is why I disagree with it. Right? If you're going out on a limb, or not a limb, but you're going out on a statement saying, like, yes, I agree, we're sick of the oppressive white man, and this is why. XYZ, like even if it's misinformation, like we often say when we discuss that art, we always preface by saying, if kids are getting hormone therapies, we don't agree with that. Well, and then you've said, like, well, are they? Well, we don't know for sure, but if it is happening, I totally disagree with it. So we're not saying, yes, it's happening, the frogs are gay, and her, right? That's not what we're saying. We're saying if this is happening, we disagree with it, right? And with this whole, again, right, like we've had lots of discussions about the white privilege. Well, is my white privilege I still have to get up every morning and go to work at 7:00? That's my white privilege. I spent the first 5 years of my son's life not around because I was trying to make a living. I spent 10 years on the highway in a pretty dangerous job in the worst conditions out there to provide for my family. That's my white privilege. It took 24 years. Well, no, when did I got my license in 2004, class 1. So it took 15 years to get to a job that I absolutely love, but that's I missed between highway, oil field, and even Volker. I missed tons of stuff when I was working at Volker. Football games, Christmas parties, Christmas, carols and shit because it was snowing and I had to work. That's my white privilege, was working hard. That's my white privilege. Huh?
I'm going to push back as a hypothetical.
You push back on your hypothetical.
Okay. Now, this is not me saying this, but I got to throw this out there to gauge
into the ether.
Your answer. Yeah, into the ether. So, but Nick, you do have white privilege because you had that job. You were given that job. Now, before you answer, I don't think there's any way we can go to your previous employers and say, why did Nick get the job over this or that or the other person? And what were their races and qualifications? We can't do that.
Okay, I will fire back.
Okay.
I'll be the first. Okay, no, it wasn't white privilege that got my sawmill job. It was family privilege because my dad worked at the sawmill. So I have no problem admitting that. Nepotism at its finest. I then left and moved 14 hours away from everything I knew to make it on my own. Okay. Now, when I got hired there, I remember because there was the one black kid, it was a black kid, not African American because we're in Canada. I remember he was the black kid because he made a comment. He went to the wrong place for safety orientation, and the guy crumpled his paper and threw it on the ground, like joking around, right? He was joking because he went to the other safety place. Because it was when I got hired in the oil field, they were basically hiring as much meat as they could to put in seats. They didn't care. Everybody was getting. I mean everybody. There was a bunch of different skin colors when I got hired. I remember, like, there was a whole shitload of us that got hired. So basically, they threw, as the saying would go, a bunch of shit at the wall, and we'll see which ones stick. That's basically what happened. Because they even said I think we had a whole classroom of people, and out of the 20 people in this classroom right now, like 4 of you are going to be here after like 3 years. And he was right. Okay. So now you're going to ask, what about, then I went from the oil field to trucking. Went to trucking. So this is all on my own now. I went to trucking at a different company, and then my father-in-law tried to get a business going. It didn't work. They say we crashed in 2007. Actually, right when Obama got hired, like the market crashed, trucking crashed. And then I went and I had experience on the highway. I had a class 1 license. And when I was trying to get hired at Volker, I went to Volker every day for 3 weeks straight, dropping resumes off just to keep my face fresh. Yep. Because that was the way my dad taught me. You want a job, show up. That's why I did the sawmill. I was at the sawmill every day with a resume. Like, I'm going to keep beating this until, I get a job. And then, 10 years of snowplow experience, fixing signs, guardrails, everything you think about on the highway, I've done it. That's how I got my job at the town. And I often feel like, because I have a friend at the town who, he's my foreman. But I even say to him, like, if I mess up, I felt like I've gotten over it now. I was like, I feel bad because I don't want to mess up because it looks bad on you. He's like, you got the job yourself. They loved you. And you had all the experience. He's like, maybe I said, hey, I think he'd be a good fit. Right. But I earned that. Like I said, I left everything I knew. I didn't stay in a nice, it would have backfired now because the mill's not there. But I could have, if everything would have worked out, could have stayed in that nice little cocoon and been miserable working in that shitty mill till I retired. But I didn't. I left. And for way better, for the way it worked out so good. I got a great life here. I got a great job. I play on 2 awesome ball teams. I got a great band. My life is fucking awesome. I'm on here Mondays talking to one of my best friends on the earth about nothing. Literally, like we're at an hour and 20 minutes, and we've talked about 13 different things, just jumping subjects. This is an amazing life, but I had to work for it. Nothing was handed to me. Okay, the one job was handed to me because of nepotism when I was 19. So, but basically from 2004, just after my son was born, till now, this has been all me. I never went home. I've never asked for money from my parents. Nothing. So this white privilege that apparently we all have, I'd like to know where mine is, and maybe I can get backlogged for the white privilege that I didn't get. You're the same way, though. You went to Vancouver you left everything you knew. You're like, fuck this. I don't want to be in this town. You went out on your own. So what, you have white privilege because you busted your ass? That's like, you're in a great position now where you work. That's because you worked hard and you earned, you earned your living, you earned your spot. That's not white privilege. that's working hard. And, well, they're not given the same opportunities. What happened is hiring the best person. Rob Schneider has a bit about that now, where the airlines are talking about they want to be more diverse and hire more diversity. And he's like, how about the best for the job? Especially when you're landing an airplane.
Someone said once online that Mackenzie is a white privileged town. Gee, how many Sikhs and people from... No, because they live in Mackenzie, that their ancestors, their relatives are from India. How many of them were in the mill, I wonder, and probably still are to this day?
They all worked at FFI. We had the odd one, like Harbands worked in C-Mill, Bick's dad. That's why, that's ridiculous, Yeah, exactly, Bruce. So just that gets to me. Your talk, so it's kind of like, here's an analogy for it. You know how you just see these women online who are like, I want a guy who's 6 foot and he has to make 6 figures and he has to blah 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 blah, right? That's just a blanket statement. They're living in a world that doesn't exist. Yeah, the white privilege you're talking about that you think exists is that, again, the 1% of the people that have the power. It's not every white person. We need to stop in this world of these stereotypical crap and pigeonholing people, that believing that this is what they are when that's not what this is.
It'd be interesting to go to an employer who has hired a white person or a few white people, say, hey, why do you hire that person? And in the minds of those who scream white privilege, what they're expecting to hear is from the employer is, I hired them because they were white. Who?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I really don't think that exists.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me, but prove it. Show me that person.
I would that's just it. Are these the people that would be in a fantasy world? But they're like, oh, I hired him because he's white. Hey, Hitler! Do you think, is that what happened when you asked? No, the answer would be, they were the best qualified for the job.
That's going to get clipped, right?
Yeah, well, please don't.
That 1 second thing that you did, and someone's going to forward it to your employer 50 times. And, look at what Nick did. Oh, what about the wider context of what we've been talking about for the past 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's what I would say is, watch the whole show.
Please.
Please, yeah, that's just it.
Now, again, and I swear I've seen this counter argument online. Those who heap the white privilege charge against others will say it's because you got hired in the first place that you were able to do this hard work and this and that. It's just because you got hired because you were white. Well, prove it. Let's go to Texas' last 3 employers, and we'll put them in a back room where no one can hear, but we'll have someone secretly mic'd up. And why did you hire Tex? Come on, you can level with me. Tell me the truth. And the employer will look this person in the eye and say, Tex is 6'5", and he would crush me if I did not hire him. That's why I hired him.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
And he's white.
Yeah, sure.
He's the best qualified for the job.
That's what it should be. In the past, probably not.
No.
But case by case basis.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways. All right, I'm getting hungry. Let's watch some videos.
Okay. Heinz 57.
You've never heard that Heinz 57? Oh, I've heard a lot of people use that Heinz 57 reference.
Isn't ketchup red though?
No, but it's Heinz 57. It was that Heinz 57 was like a weird steak sauce.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of I think it was like Heinz's version of HP sauce, I believe. So.
You are, Tex. Yes. Yep. You are your own horror movie. When you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, I'm surprised you're not like, oh. Anyway.
Jesus, I'm ugly. Ah! Sorry. Anyways.
I'm not. Yeah, it's your willingness to put yourself out there. Yeah. But we got to look at concrete examples, case by case basis. We really got to do a deep dive into proving or disproving on this white privilege thing, and I don't know that we're ever going to get there.
Well, yeah, we never will. Yeah.
58, 57. Yep. Do I hear 56?
Yeah, fat thumbs.
Yeah,
that's just it. I don't know if they make. Yeah, maybe they do. I haven't seen Heinz 57 sauce in a long time.
Look at Frank's thumbnail, thinking he's all Irish and stuff. Come on, man. You're in the Mexican mafia, man.
How do you wear an Irish hat? Great.
What are you posing as Irish for?
Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh.
Okay. All right. We'll get this show on the road and over and done with. Actually, you know what? Before we move on to the unsurprisingly stupid segments of the show, we will now momentarily break from our domain of dumb for a slightly more enlightened word from our intellectual correspondent, philosopher. Fuck. There's no take two on that one. Nope. I messed up. I'm going to give myself. I didn't even finish the word, but I knew it. Philosopher Brody, take it away.
I love the smell of cow shit, and I love the smell of crude oil.
Thank you, Philosopher Brody. And now back to our regularly scheduled stupidity programming.
Okay. Holy shit. Oh.
I know, Alma, that there are some deep roots in terms of Mormonism in Mexico because of the presidential nomination from 2008 on the Republican side, and his name escapes me. I'm sure Van or Tex will let us know, but that guy, yes. So I had an idea, but Irish, that's interesting.
I don't even know what to. Wow. Anyways. Oh.
You gonna call him a bad hombre too? Yeah, do it.
Shitty hombre.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll get this one out of the way. Nick sent me this one. This is how some people think they are getting healthy.
Oh.
Troll or not, you decide.
Salad right now out of a Big Mac. Big Mac and French fry salad. I'm on a health journey, and tonight I'm making a healthy choice. I got this salad maker. This isn't junk food. This is healthy.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping she's trolling. I hope she's trolling.
Burger and fries in a blender. Yeah.
A blender? What is wrong with you?
I have problems. I think I'm having a very, very, very slow motion stroke that's happening over years and years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Van, is this a troll or not? You don't know in this day and age.
You just don't know, because the way she had that look on her face, like, I'm being healthy. You don't know. Yeah, ridiculous.
Okay, I got one.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna cue up the old sound effect to make sure it plays when it's supposed to. And testing. Excellent. Thank you.
I love it.
And there's a cyclist, and he's driving down the road.
And like, you can't even blame anybody for that. That was just her. Or, well, sorry, I guess I shouldn't dox them. Them. Wow.
It was them.
Wow, that was amazing.
See it happen again. They're coming in on the left, and we're swerving to the right end. Boom!
Like, what? Wow.
Awesome.
Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to replace the current president. I was going to say president-in-chief. I'm having a stroke right now. Hey, Sue, there you are. Where you been? I was going to add you to the people we haven't seen in a while, but that is a rule that is established 3 weeks after you have not been here. So thank you for being here.
Yes.
I'm going to do one more stupid person. Oh, you ever been driving before?
A lot.
Okay, well, here's one. And green light, and boom! Now keep in
they
mind,
totally blew that red light.
Yeah, the person right here, they are facing a red light. Person with the cam, they were facing a green, now a yellow. You can still go through a yellow and not be in the wrong. But again, boom!
Doodly-doo. Good Lord. Doodly-doo. Just the scene and wow. Oh, here.
Yep.
Every one of us hears that picture. Every one of us.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's do our videos.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Or in Texas. Texas is equivalent to Florida in some ways, I would argue. Tex, what do you say? Oh, wait a minute. What? I didn't even do the stupid person intro. I just went right into stupid.
Yeah, you right into it. I thought you had more. Oh.
I'm going to do it in reverse. So I created a new stupid person intro, and I will do it the right way next time. So here is the new intro for stupid people that I will do right next week.
And now, is that song a free press? Like, we can use that as a free right to use?
I'm not sure, but there's enough loud punch sound effects over it that it should be okay. Stop. I'm going to create the coos one day.
Okay, so
anyway.
Yeah, I got a video when you're done, so go ahead.
Okay. On to a different kind of coos.
Yeah. Couscous.
Yep, I knew that was coming.
Couscous.
Giggity. So speaking of driving, not only have you ever been driving, but have you ever tried to park somewhere? And someone has tried to save a parking spot for someone else?
Oh, it's going to be one of these, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot, man.
I
mean, the hubris.
Yeah, the hubris. Oh, just like It's a fucking parking spot. Seriously, dude. It's a fucking parking spot.
I myself, when I go to park somewhere, I park as far away from the building as possible because I avoid people and I avoid the possibility that when someone opens their door when they're parked beside my car, that they will damage it and then ignore it, which has happened multiple times before.
I'm also now that guy that if I see carts floating around, I will take them to the stalls because I had just gotten my truck and I had it for a week. And somebody left their cart at Walmart out and it ended up in the side of my truck, my brand new truck. So I'm that guy that if I see cart, like I'll call someone out on it too. Put your fucking cart away. Especially down here in Southern Alberta because it's windy as fuck almost all the time. Put your cart away. Drives me nuts.
You've heard of cart narcs, I assume.
I've seen them too. Yeah, I've seen people that'll zap strap like carts to people's doors. So there, my turn now. Go ahead.
Little bit controversial, but I do agree with the overall premise of cart narcs that people should be responsible enough if they take a cart, put it back where it is supposed to go. It is not difficult. You have the time. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And on that note,
no. That should be the drop when Alma or Bolo show up. Hey, no.
That's fucked up.
Come on, Frank. The guy I think he makes a good point. It's a simple thing to do. Why not do it? But he does sometimes go to extremes. And Frank, why are you switching between your channel and the harsh truth? What are you doing?
He's like, oh no, I've just doxed myself. Oh no.
That's on you, Frank. Nice. Okay, so please send that to me when we're done.
You want me to send you that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. I can do it right now. While we're sitting here. Oh wait.
I got one more for us. You ever been to Burger King?
Rock and roll McDonald's. I have been to Burger King, yes.
Okay.
To refuse service, so I'm gonna tell the owner you're fucking losing money because we want to make a big order of food. Give me the fucking chicken or I'm gonna cause a scene. Get your owner here.
Cause a scene? You're recording?
You're gonna lose money and get fired. We ordered food and you want to refuse it.
Look at you. You're telling me you're not being rude?
No, we weren't. Fuck you. Give me my chicken. I came 30 miles to get a fucking chicken.
Fuck your chicken.
Kiss my ass and call your fucking owner, bitch.
Come here.
You like Google reviews? I'll come here right now, motherfucker.
Come on, bro. You a wild.
You're getting fired. Give me my chicken. I drove 30 miles to get my fucking chicken.
Fucking crazy white people, bro.
No, you just brown as fuck. That's why you working in McDonald's, bitch.
Fucking white people. Fucking white people.
Yep. So what we were talking about earlier, white privilege, that's an example of white privilege. Yelling at people to give you chicken.
See, and that's why they think we're all like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, anyways.
I've had some chicken from KFC. It was delicious, but at no point in time did I yell at anyone to get it. Are you sure, Tex? Were we at the same meeting where we all said we include this person and that person and that person in the race, but not this guy and not that guy? We might have to have another meeting of all the white people. America, fuck no.
You. Anyways, go ahead. What else we got?
Form of psychosis over wanting that Burger King chicken.
Apparently.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I missed that meeting. That's my fault. And Frank, thank you for giving us 2 views. I thought we were popular, but it's just Frank, subbing for Casey. And,
thanks, Frankie.
Yes, thank you. Speaking of Casey, we had 45 subscribers up to the past few days, and then it went down to 43. So I'm thinking that another 2 of Casey's sock accounts got nuked. But if that's not the case, I am sad that we lost 2 people. I'm hoping they were bots that got reported, but it's a shame there's no exit poll to find out what we did or said that made them unsub. Like, we're not that controversial, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
No.
So.
And if we are, our good friend Sue would have set us straight.
Mm-hmm. She would have. Yes. Ridiculous.
You got anything else?
Yeah, I do. One more. I just saw this, made me laugh because I'm. No. So, music. This goes sent to me by my friend Cole, my drummer, and Another Simple Solution. It is The Valley by Whitechapel, song number 4, Hickory Creek. It's a metal song. I quite enjoyed it. So,
yes, I'm familiar with Whitechapel. I think they're from the UK.
Something like that, but I quite enjoyed that. So listen, love it. Meow. All right.
Speaking of the UK, Ginger, we missed you this week. We hope you're doing well. All the best to you.
Yeah.
You're pretty mouthy. You know, that could be taken a few different ways. Anyway. Sue's like, I'm out. Hell with it.
Yeah, I'm out. I hate you guys now. Goodbye.
No. And much more than a movie, I have a series of movies. Tex, on at least the past few reviews on The Harsh Truth, and he's mentioned it here and there in the past few months, about making his own horror movie. I definitely encourage you to do that, and you've seen enough good horror movies to know what to do. However, if you have not already seen the Camp Blood series of movies, I highly encourage you to watch at least a few of them so you know what not to do. You're saying?
We watched this back in like the old house.
I don't think so.
I did.
I didn't.
Yeah, okay. I totally did. Because when we used to go to Superior Video and rent all the shitty horror movies, this was one of them.
These movies, and I've seen all of them, they are absolutely terrible. They are horrible from every perspective, from an acting perspective, especially line delivery, directing, writing, editing, including sound editing, fight choreography or lack thereof. They're absolutely horrible. I don't know why these movies are continually made. If somebody's going to make the argument that, well, they're an homage to bad movies, then I would say to Frank, you've said before, and I know it's not your original thought, you're saying what other people have said, no one sets out to make a bad movie. I present to you the Camp Blood series. So Tex, watch these so you know what to avoid doing, what you need to look at when you are editing, what to not do when you're on the set. Like if an actor delivers a line that you yourself do not believe, you yell cut right away, you look at them straight in the face, and you tell them, hey, this is not Camp Blood. Okay, take 2, are you ready? Because there's no excuse for some of the line delivery that I've heard in these movies.
It's awful. It was awful. We watched the first 2.
Oh. Yep. Now, to Tex's point, if he's going to make this point, yeah, there's some blood and some boobs. The gore in the first 3 or 4 is okay. The boobs drop off after, I think, the 3rd one, and they're just terrible movies after that. Nice. Good. Do many, many, many rewrites, many drafts. If you have a few friends that can act out a scene for you, do it so that you can get that outsider's perspective, because looking at something on the page and seeing it done, 2 entirely different things. You've got to be able to look outside your own vision and see it through, to see it done. Horror movie homework. Yes. Making a movie is definitely not an easy thing. A lot of people make only a few movies in their lifetimes. The Sleepaway Camp. Oh, that would be nice. There you go.
I liked the first Sleepaway Camp.
Nice first one was 80s. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Sue. Now, it's a point of contention on the Harsh Truth when it comes to the kill count, because both Tex and Jeremy, when it comes to the IMDb kill count, they're totally election deniers in that regard. Thank you, Alma. Thank you so much for being here. Muchas gracias. Buenos noches. I hope I said that correctly. Ooh, I got a few. What do you got? Podcast recommendations.
Click This podcast, Kevin Nash podcast, doesn't talk just about wrestling. He's talking about some of his movies, some of his old world stories about the guys with the click. I like his views on politics. I get a kick out of him. I get a kick that he's very liberal in like he doesn't support Trump but loves guns. What else am I listening? Well, Jim Cornette Experience and Drive Through, and I love Dateline. I love Dateline. So yeah, I pretty much stick to that because once I'm not in the truck, I don't listen to podcasts. Canadian True Crime, if you're interested in some Canadian stuff, yeah. It's quite enjoyable. I haven't listened in a while. Yeah, that's about it. Alex?
Many. The Drunken Peasants, which you can find on YouTube. The Dick Show with Dick Masterson at thedickshow.com. The Biggest Problem in the Universe with Dick Masterson and Vito Giswaldi at biggestproblem.show. Deep Fat Fried on YouTube. Onion Nuggets on YouTube. Knowledge Fight at knowledgefight.com. That's all that come to mind at the moment, but there are more. And shout out to Cora, who we haven't seen in a while, because I think it was last year or the year before when she would say IMDb, she would say IMBD. So, hope you're doing well, Cora. I think she's still, traveling back and forth between the new and the old place. So thank you, Sue. And thank you everyone else who is here, including but not limited to Frank, Sue, Dad, Beverly, Frank again because of his second channel, Jason, Chad, Tex, Van Edwards, Alma, Bolo, Jolene, and Ryan. People who we haven't seen in a while, Hanama, Overseer, Shlomo, Penny, Jen, Tamara, my friend Sarah, both Trevors, both Cindy's, my friend Jolene, Nick's mom, Nathan, my Auntie Kathy, and shout outs to Gareth, Ravi, and Ashley. We will be back next Monday, which will be March 25th.
Love each other. Be patient. You don't know the fight that other people are doing. So have a great night, guys. Have a great week. Be safe, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, and when you're loving each other and you're not knowing what other people are going through, think before you say something and think before you do something. To Nick's point, breaking points is a good, okay, right on. That's all right. If you don't get here, it's fine. You can see the remnants of the live show after it renders on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Coos. Our moment of Zed comes from Nick because he sent it to me. It's a short clip, but yes, go to The Harsh Truth, linked in the description below. I'm pretty sure there will be a link to the merch store if you go to the About section, I'm assuming. But if you don't find it there, you'll find it somewhere. Frank will have it posted, maybe even in the description for the upcoming shows. And again, Boondock Saints 2 is being reviewed tomorrow. We can all disagree on stuff, but we can also all come together on stuff. So in this moment of Zed, there will be something that Nick likes, something that I like, and something that we both like. We like you participating too, and it's great to see you. Hopefully we can meet up again in real life one day. Sorry to go on and on. I know you're hungry, Nick.
Oh, what? I was just reading Frankie's thing. Anyways.
Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll be back next Monday. And
Bye.
Peace.
Feeling weird for a ride, yeah! I stopped at the gas station to buy some Reese's peanut butter cups. Ended up buying some beer. Moral of the story, I like titties.
That's right, Bruno.